Hello, I'm here for my Mayor's Report, Monday, March 8th. I'm near the interchange at Fallon and 580. The city just completed this major capital project. This is a really important piece of infrastructure for our city. It's going to service the future commercial development right here at Fallon Gateway, provide easy access in and out for customers. Also is a tremendous relief for residents that currently live in Dublin Ranch and also that currently live and will live in the future as part of the Positano development. So this is a major piece of infrastructure. We're really happy to have this completed. Speaking of Positano, Braddock and Logan, they're doing really well. A few months ago, I erroneously reported that they were having some difficulties, and I apologize for that. It was a misunderstanding on my part. Braddock and Logan and Positano definitely doing well, and in fact, I had meetings with them in the last couple of weeks to talk about the expansion of the latter phases of the Braddock and Logan project. And in fact, we're starting to see residential uptick in terms of sales all throughout the city, which is definitely a good sign. We've had 2 council meetings since my last report. On February 24th, we had our goals and objectives and budget session. In terms of goals and objectives, we had the highest priorities, obviously, around economic development. That remains the council's top priority. We had the most initiatives surrounding economic development and incentives and a focus on that particular area, as well as environmental. Those are the 2 areas that we added the most objectives to that we'll be focusing on in the coming year, along with communications. Speaking of communications, at a subsequent council meeting, we talked about the new website, and we went out to bid on the consultant that's going to work on the overhaul of the city website, so that was a positive development. At the goals and objectives hearing, we also had a budget study session. Unfortunately, Dublin is not immune to the troubles surrounding many governmental agencies. It looks like we're forecasting another deficit for this year just because of the declining revenues. So we are going to be tackling that head on, and we talked about obviously prioritization and the priority always being public safety #1 and trying to keep any cuts when they do happen as far away from programs and services that residents rely as possible. And hopefully the cuts, if any, will be limited. But again, these are challenging times and we'll do our best to get through it. At our March 2nd council meeting, in addition to talking about the website, we did a number of other things. We approved our city's housing element for the next 5 years. That was certified by the state. So that was a positive development. We also did some pedestrian improvements on Glennis Rose Drive to help with the connectivity to the Waterford Shopping Center there near Safeway and the Bagel Street Cafe. It's kind of a cluttered area, so we're making some street improvements in terms of the crosswalk and everything else. So those are some things that we did at the last council meeting. A number of other items since then as well. We had another brokers roundtable on February 23rd where myself and Councilmember Biddle sat down with commercial brokers doing work throughout the city and talked about what we can do to help continue to facilitate growth. Again, they complimented the city, saying we're doing everything that we can, and they are happy to do business within the city of Dublin, and it's important that we have those ongoing conversations with those directly on the ground that both represent landlords as well as prospective tenants. On February 25th, I had a couple of meetings that really surrounded governmental efficiency, which is something you don't always hear about in the news. But CMA on transportation, it is official. We voted to consolidate the Congestion Management Agency with the Transportation Improvement Authority. You hear about this in the private sector a lot of times where companies consolidate. Rarely does that happen in the public sector, but that's something that I'm proud that I was a major part of that, trying to get that moving forward. It'll save a lot of money for the county, and I think it'll help us deliver transportation improvements a lot more efficiently. Also was a big part of working with the fire department on consolidation and getting the cities of Newark and Union City to join with Alameda County, just like Dublin and San Leandro. They're going to be coming on into the department later this spring, and that's going to save hundreds of thousands of dollars in general fund revenue for the city of Dublin, and we're going to get increased service because of it. So again, talking about increased efficiency. At our Tri-Valley Council's dinner, we talked about the state. Our executive director was here talking about our efforts to prevent the state from raiding local government money, and we talked about pension reform, which is an important topic. Later on that weekend, I'm proud to say that Dublin High School boys soccer was participated in that. We won the North Coast Section Championship, first time in school history, so definitely an exciting development. In fact, our girls team will be hosting their first NorCal playoff game since 1988 on Tuesday, March 9th. So a lot of exciting developments at the high school, and we kicked off our Green Initiatives Task Force on March 1st and had a lot of good discussion about future environmental programs for the city. Hey, speaking of green, St. Patrick's weekend is coming up, a whole full slate of events. March 12th, Friday night at the Senior Center, Green and White Gala, hosted by the Dublin City Association. On Saturday, March 13th, 7 a.m., pancake breakfast hosted by the local firefighters, Local 55 at Station 16 downtown. The Lions Club parade starts at 9:30, the traditional downtown route, Saturday morning. Both Saturday and Sunday, the city's festivals at the Dublin Civic Center. We hope to see you out there. A lot of fun will be had. Knights of Columbus has their corned beef dinner Saturday night the 13th, and on Sunday morning the 14th, the Shamrock Fun Run, registration starting at 7:15 across the City Hall. So we look forward to seeing you out there as we gear up for St. Patrick's weekend. Have a great week.